Hi, besties. You've found your community bestie to share thoughts and opinions, recap the shows we love.
Having too much fun.
Bravo should be fun. And have piping hot gossip sessions about the celebrities and Bravo lebs we love, hate, and love to hate. He went on a podcast claiming he had a threesome with 2 women from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Immediately, I was like, I wonder if it's Brandy and Carlton.
I'm Caitlin Marshall, your pop culture and Bravo bestie. Allegedly allegations. And if you enjoy fun conversation between friends, listening to your bestie rant about shows we can't get enough of, plus enjoy a little bit of, well, ridiculousness.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. There's a spider that is coming down. Hold on.
It's like the Blair Witch Project.
Oh my God. Has anybody seen my ring?
Oh my God.
I don't want to ruin the party or anything.
Have you seen my ring? Oh my God. Can you look on the floor for my ring? God, someone's gonna kill me.
Don't mess with me because I will come.
What? Oh.
Feel free to leave that in for whatever entertainment purposes.
You're in the right place. So thanks for joining me on Besties by Bravo.
Hi, besties. Thank you for joining us today. I forgot to add us to the stage. It was like, hello. Hi, besties. We'll try that again. Thank you for joining us today. Thursday, June 6th.
Wait, can I just say something? Kelly, you're going to be sick of me by now. I know you are because you were in my last live. I love you.
Hi, Kelly.
We love Kelly. No, I am so happy to be here. I am hanging on by a thread. These workouts this week, you guys, I'm telling you, I feel like a rubber band.
Hey, you know what? Being sore sucks so bad, but at the same time, it's like, oh, I did something. Except, as a female, when you have to pee, and you've done a leg day and you're like shaking, trying to sit down. Oh my God, I'm telling you, it is the worst.
Can I just quickly tell you guys what the average workout in my CrossFit this week has been? Okay, It's 45 minutes, mind you. It's strength and skill, the actual workout, a warm-up, all that fun stuff, which is totally fine usually. But this week we're doing the kettlebell challenge where you have to do 50 kettlebell swings in like under 2 minutes. And then you go into your workout of the day. And the workout of the day is you have to do as many rounds of that workout in a certain period of time. And it's just 3 workouts. So we did jump rope and then a cardio machine and then wall balls and kettlebell.
I am too clumsy for jump rope.
I was too. I've gotten better. It's been a year since we've been doing the CrossFit. So obviously helps. But I'm just I feel like I need to just get in one of those baths that's just made out of menthol.
The Epsom salt baths. They make the post-workout. Do you know how many times I've gotten in those?
Bengay in the water and just
Inject it into my veins.
Speaking of Bengay,
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month to all that celebrate.
Yes.
I'm excited because we're doing an unconventional episode today.
We are.
So you guys are really going to get a Kathy Hoda situation, I think.
Just so you know,
I'm feeling a little Kathy today.
I don't think we've ever said this publicly, though, Georgio. We joke that we are Kathy Lee and Hoda. I'm obviously Hoda, and Georgio's Kathy Lee Gifford.
Because you are the only one that would be the more professional one. I'm the one that's forgetting we're live, and I'm like, remember? I got drunk and fell down your stairs. No.
Looking at me when I go off on anything. Okay, yeah.
Speaking of Kathy and Hoda vibes, we need to discuss Billie Lee's podcast.
We do. We're going to let's get to that in a minute.
Yeah, totally. But can we just preface by there was too many people in the room?
So many.
Why were all these people here? And what poor woman, she had no idea who anyone was that they were speaking of.
What was she doing there?
They literally just had her there as a prop.
And already having Joe in the room is like having 12 people. I mean, she just from the different voices she's going to do alone. And this is coming from me who I can't recap things. And I know people probably get like weirded out sometimes when I'm like doing the voices of people, but it's because I start stuttering when I hear their voice in my head and if I have to say it the way they do out loud. And if I say it in Caitlin's voice, I start stuttering. It's weird. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get to the Billie Lee thing because that was interesting. I do want to talk about the Traitors cast that was revealed though.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, we have a lot of Bravo. They listened and they knew what a fantastic casting choice Phaedra was this last season. So we'll start with just the Bravo people. We have Dorinda. You know she's going to be at that round table like, well, I think that I saw you blink a little weird. And you know what? It made me not feel very well, bitch. Okay. Now, I made it nice in here. It's a castle. I can only make it so nice. Don't get me started. I gotta stop.
Not understand what we are going to have. Do you get it? Do you not understand what we are going to get with Dorinda being at that round table? Do you guys, are you ready for the sound bites and the memes?
I mean, she's gonna, well, I don't know, Wells. Something about the way you looked at me earlier was not okay, bitch. She's going, she cannot be made a traitor. She will give herself away immediately.
No.
She couldn't be a traitor.
No way. There's no way in hell because obviously everyone would go for her first. She would give it away. She's not good at that.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who the traitor is. So then we have her. Then we have Chanel Ayan from Dubai. Now she is one fierce woman. Okay. We also we have, and I feel like Wells Adams is almost Bravo adjacent now because of him being married to Sarah Hyland, who was the previous host of Love Island USA, and now Ariana Madix has taken over her role as host. But we have Dolores Catania on here. I would love to see Dolores be a traitor. I want to say that right now. I would love to see Dolores be a traitor because she probably wouldn't say much.
She's not a snitch.
You know?
She's not a snitch.
No, that's a rat. Welcome back, scumbag. Like that. I mean, I love it. Now, Robin Dixon, ma'am, you could not sniff out the cheater in your own household. What? How is she going to do this?
I saw a meme yesterday. Forgive me, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. I am not on anything. I promise you, I am in the most giggly mood, probably because I'm in pain. I saw something where someone said they were pretending. Did you say
probably because I'm a gay? What did you say?
What did I say? Did I say I was gay? I'm not gay. No. I don't think my wife would appreciate that.
No, she wouldn't.
What is wrong with me? No, I was trying to say there was some meme where Robin was like, when Robin leaves the house, she's looking at one and she's like, there's not going to be any girls in here when I'm gone, right? Right. Cool. And then like, it's just like, but what's funny about this is that I don't know if you remember a few weeks back, there was this fake cast that leaked and it was like Paris and Nicole were joining too. And it's like, what? Why would they put Paris and Nicole in the Traitors? Anyways, Monique Samuels was named as one of the people. And some of my very close sources did confirm that she did initially go for it, but then came to find out that the money was not right for her. So she turned it down.
Wait. This is Monique you're talking about?
Yes.
I heard that it was Kim Zolciak that said the money wasn't good enough.
It could have been her too, but I do know that Monique wanted to be on Ultimate Girls Trip because she wanted to do the 8 days, $250,000 paycheck because that's the fee.
I would too.
Absolutely. But what I did find out from my source was how much each person is paid and how they structure it. And it's quite interesting if you guys want to know. It's $75,000 to appear. And for every episode that you stay on, meaning you're not voted off or whatever, sent home, you get an additional $5,000. And if you end up winning the pot, then that's yours too.
How do I get on Traitors?
Listen, I don't care. Give me a stipend for food and pay for my room and board in Scotland and let me have some airtime. I want to do this show. This is one of those shows that I typically wouldn't be like, I want to go on that. This one seems so fun because it feels like it's a mystery game, but you're like doing it for days on end. So it's just like, I don't know. They should open it up to content creators one season or do one with content creators. Oh my God. With all these Bravo people that are PIs, we would be sending everyone home.
This is what they would do. Because, and here's the problem. They would make someone like me who I'm like, I just want to be everyone's bestie. They'd be like, oh no, bitch, you're the traitor. And I'd be like, why? I would be so disappointed.
If I was the traitor, how would I go about it? Because I've never been in a situation where I had to pretend like, so it'd be interesting because it's like, I don't know if I'd be good at hiding it either. It's just strange.
Oh my God. I can already think of the cast. If they did do a content creator one. Oh my God.
Oh, we could do the casting right now.
Do you want to? Okay. Obviously, we'll both go on it, right? I think we would need Zach Peter, Donna Bowling, the reality check pod girls. We would absolutely need Elmer Saki.
Of course.
I don't want anyone to feel hurt.
Who else? There's so many. How many? There's so many that they put on at first. We could probably get, at least 50.
I mean, I'm talking about like where I know we would all be side-eyeing each other and like put on, oh my God. It's now my brain's going. I would say, okay, and then you need to put like Coco Macoca on there.
Girl.
You get some drama with all of it.
Exactly.
I'm not even talking about what I saw in the comments the other day that I was texting you about.
Listen,
there's another creator that I'm not.
Everyone needs to understand. You need to accept people for who they are, and that's how it's going to go. That is how it's going to go, and I'm not mad at it because you know what it is. You can't be mad when someone is being transparent with you.
That was quite transparent what we saw go down in the comments. Yeah. Okay. Well, we also have Sierra Miller. I'm really interested in seeing how this plays out. I think this is just my guess. They probably wanted Kyle Cook at first because he would have been fantastic on Traitors.
Totally.
Yeah, because you're not allowed to really drink much when you're there, from what I understand. And he would have had to rely on himself solely, mostly sober. I think they're allowed to have like a glass of wine or two, 1 or 2 nights. I think Sierra is going to be great. And we have Tom Sandoval.
I really don't understand this one because...
What's the point?
I'm just tired of him. I don't want to see him on my TV again. Like, I honestly, this whole thing has burned me out to the point where I don't care. And you know what? Good for you. Because after listening to Billie Lee, honey, he clearly needed it. He needs the check.
Do you know how they fumbled this? They should have had Tom Schwartz, made him a traitor so that we could see just how well he lies to people. That is what I would have preferred to see.
I don't know. Listen, the only thing I can think of is that based on the other show that he did, what was it called? Special Forces. Yeah. I feel like he's just going to use this as another way to try to victimize himself. And that's what I'm not looking forward to. And I said this earlier on my live. I think I'm just tired of hearing about anything remnant of Scandoval. Like, it's over. Ariana's bought a new home. We are not in season 11 anymore. We've moved out of it. It's time to move on. Seriously. Like, I'm good.
Even though we're going to talk about Billie Lee and Sandoval.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely.
In a minute, but you know. Excuse me. Why is Sam Asghari, our queen Brittany's
Excuse me?
What are you doing? Sam, what are you doing here?
What do you who do you think you are? Like you're not anybody.
I don't care what you have to say.
No, you don't get it. I don't understand. He's not famous outside of being attached to Brittany. So why are you on this?
I agree.
You're a reality star
because he's
now?
a traitor.
Well, God, that would be so obvious. They have
Just
to make people that are not obviously traitors because, or they could make the obvious ones traitors because people would be like, no, that's too obvious. Because I think that's genius too.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if they teamed up Tom Sandoval and Dolores. I would love to see Pattison Dolores just read him a new one the way Phaedra was. Oh my gosh, I just forgot his name. Why do I want to call him Mike? The other traitor.
Yeah, I forgot his name too. He's not really.
The rest. Also, I'm excited to see Bob the drag queen. I love him. I know. And Chriselle. But yeah, you know, I haven't been able to watch RuPaul's Drag Race in a while. I used to there was a time when I binged it from top to bottom. And I remember back in the day when I was working at a talent agency, one of our clients or one of our talent was Jasmine Masters. And she would come and I referred to Jasmine Masters as she, because I remember my boss, that Rodney, haven't seen you in a while, Rodney. Love you, Rodney. Funniest guy ever. He would refer to Jasmine as she, so I'm not sure how they identify with their pronouns. It is Gay Pride Month, so not just Gay Pride Month. See, I'm going to get myself in trouble no matter what I fucking do.
You're already canceled. Look, I'm on X. You're canceled.
Damn it. Canceled before I even.
You know what? I will say that I also was an avid watcher of RuPaul's Drag Race. I don't have a specific season where I stopped, other than I started to notice when another show was encroaching on the same network that I saw the audience for what it really is, and it's just a pit of toxicity and insecurity, because it just turns me off. And I think actually She Speaks Bravo, I believe, got herself
Emily
in a wind of trouble because she was just giving her opinion on an episode and got her ass ripped apart. And that further validated. So sorry that happened to you, She Speaks Bravo.
Emily Hanks. We love Emily.
Emily got fucking trashed in the comments because she was just, I don't even remember. She wasn't ripping anyone apart. She was literally just focusing on looks, which is what the show is about. It's about the challenges. It's the look. It's the this. And it just made me realize, like, between that and like seeing how people reacted to like the Real Friends of WeHo, it's just like, no. And also it's kind of played out. And if I'm going to be 100% honest, the talent is watered down. We're picking anybody now to just come on and just be on the show. Whereas I feel in the beginning, they really did vet true artists that really took it seriously. And whether you liked them or not, and whether they made it far, it didn't matter, because you just knew that they had put a lot of work into this. It was serious. And now I feel like everything is just like a cosplay. It's not, we're just doing it to get on the show now, or like, you know what I'm saying?
I do. And it's interesting that you had brought Emily up. I was literally in my next breath going to bring up when I was on her show, her podcast, when Project Runway All Stars was on, because also I'm sure the besties who have been a part of this for a while know that I know Kane Gillespie, who his line is Jonathan Kane. He used to be my pageant gown designer. I was one of his official models, and this is when I was like 18. So bear with me. I know it was a long time ago. I remember there was even like he had designed some shoes and a flip flop that was rhinestoned, was even named after my mom. Like, love Kane. So she and I covered a couple episodes, and she was pointing out how RuPaul's Drag Race, they have to be making costumes. They have to create routines. They have to do the makeup. They have to do all these things. That is more than what any of the other reality competition shows have to do. Because to me, when I watch Project Runway, I'm like, oh my God, how did you conceptualize even half of this? It's wild to me, and it's fascinating. You know, I am excited. Bob the Drag Queen is going to be on. I love Bob the Drag Queen.
Yeah, can we keep the drag queens on for more than one episode, please, this time too? Thanks.
Please. So, okay, let's do a little bit of chit chat about New Jersey here. Real Housewives.
Brace yourselves.
Yeah. Well, you know, I am sure you're hearing the same things I am, Georgio, which is that they are letting go of the entire cast, and that they had originally been allegedly planning on only moving forward with like Rachel and Danielle, but because of the toxicity of this fight that's going to happen between Jen, Aiden, and Danielle, they were like, well, we can't just move forward essentially with just Rachel. I mean, obviously, they either have to scrap the whole thing. They can't base the entire, not that Rachel's not fantastic, but they can't base the entire new version, if they did that, of Jersey on Rachel. So, I mean, I hear they're completely scrapping it or doing a reboot.
I disagree with that. Not what you said, but I disagree if that is in fact what they're going to do. Here's the thing. Danielle she's okay, but I still believe that she's not nice to her service providers. I still think she has a big ego and thinks that she should get things for free. I think she's rude. And I think she's very consumed with what people say about her in the comments. And I don't care. Like I said, I don't have a problem with her, but like, let's call a spade, my dear. The way you spoke about the hairstylist that was at Jennifer's said it all to me. So for you to act like you're the future of, like, I know she thinks maybe that's what it's going to be, but look, I've always said we need to have a future for this franchise. We can't just keep going in circles with the same stuff. And now we're not getting that anyways. So it's completely split down the middle. We have 6 more episodes left of the season, no reunion. We're going to get some sort of special that is going to take the place of the reunion, which I still am not quite sure how that's going to give us the closure on the season, because if it's going to be like an after show type style, I don't need that, because we're already doing that for episodes. So what are we going to do? Just relive the whole thing with 2 people at a time? That's not, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a brat about it, but I feel like they need to keep some of the OGs. I do not think they all need to go. Not everyone on that show is a problem.
I agree. You know, I think what the problem is, we've said this a million times. This Real Housewives of New Jersey fandom has gotten so out of hand, and it has grown into its own. It's really festered. And New Jersey, yes, it could be very contentious, and more so because it's one of those, it's family based, right? So family is the center of it. And when family refuses to film with family, and then it just feels icky at a certain point, especially when the kids are all having to say hi to auntie and uncle, and, you know, the kids, cousins are feeling awkward with each other, that it just doesn't feel right. And when they refuse to film with each other, we know this. We know what happens when people refuse to film. Now, this last episode, we did see Teresa and Melissa in the same room, but it was very uncomfortable. You know, I know what it's like to have an in-law that you have a difficult relationship with. And let me just say that, like, at a certain point, they just need to say, look, you either make your brother-sister relationship important enough and everyone else fall in line, and we say we're not going to let one another treat my spouse a specific way, and just chill the fuck out. But you're shaking your head too, because it's not going to happen. And it's the fandom, I feel like, is part of what has really brought in that toxicity. And it's the perpetuation of Teresa constantly being like, loyalty. What you need to be loyal to me. And so she has bred this in her fans and in her friendships. And it's just it's exhausting. And I don't really see where we can go at a certain point. Like, where can we go?
If I'm going to be honest with you, I really think the toxic fandom that surrounds Teresa is why we're seeing this the way it is. Like, I don't care. I don't care. We're not going to put it all on Teresa, because I guarantee you, if everyone acted like adults that were watching a reality show instead of going and digging for people's photos from 1987 to then be like, oh, look at her, she didn't get work done, ha ha ha. Like, it's all day. That's all you guys have. It's like you guys are a bunch of 12-year-olds out here on MySpace. And then when the show goes off the air, you'll blame everyone except yourselves and the people that actually caused this. But I do believe the fandom is to blame a lot for what's happening, because these troll accounts are the ones that were accepting orders from cast members. And let's be clear, I am by no means like if you're a content creator, I don't care. I respect you, because if you're putting yourself out there, and when I say putting yourself out there, I mean you're putting your face, your voice, your opinion, and it stays. I respect that. I don't always agree with everyone, but I respect it if you are putting yourself out there. What I don't respect is a profile picture of a screwed up picture, a version of a housewife as the biopic with some random troll name that is claiming to be a blogger. You are not a blogger.
How many essays have you written on a website?
You are not a blogger.
Spell check.
Just because
I agree.
and these reality blur picks up your account because of your tweet, just know that the people you're working for are the reason why your name's in that article. And it's not because they're giving you credit. It's because they need it out there so they can bring it up.
Yes. And, that's the thing too, is like these accounts that will sit there, and I know what happens to you. You post about Jersey and they'll try and report your account if you don't agree with Teresa. And it's like,
every week.
Do y'all not understand how much you are self-sabotaging your own purpose? If you do that and you get all of us content creators to shut up about the show, there is even more reason for there not to be a freaking show, because you need us to talk about it. And I'm not saying I make things relevant. I'm not being egotistical here. I'm saying you need people to talk about it. People who have built followings because they talk about these things. And without those people talking about it, where does it go? No one cares anymore. It's very much like when Kylie Jenner said one time, no one uses Snapchat anymore, and the Snapchat stock dropped. I mean, into the tank. It's the same thing. If all the content creators, I'm willing to bet you money that I don't even have, that I would take a loan out on. That if all of us said, you know what? Fuck you. We're not talking about New Jersey anymore because the Teresa stands are disgusting at this point. We won't say a single word about it. If even 20 of us said that, not even that, if 15, 12 of us said that, do you realize how much worse it would be for the show? You need people to talk about it. I saw my friend's Reality Check podcast. They were talking about, which will bring up the next point, how Louis, The Sun, and some other online publications put out articles saying that Louis, Teresa's husband, took out a $1 million loan to pay off he and Teresa's $3.5 million home. Well, they're talking, all that Mayor was doing, and these girls are so nice, okay?
Oh, I spoke with her in the comments of
Yes.
someone else's post about it because she said, go look at my post because Louis just commented on it. But yes, total sweetheart, love her. And
They are so kind, and they choose their words carefully
the comments were just what I expected them to be. I wasn't
And it's
shocked.
it's not like she was even giving an opinion. She was literally giving you information.
Telling you what the article said.
She was giving public freaking information, and these people, and then they're going to wonder why New Jersey is gone. And guess what? Guess what happens to Teresa Giudice and Jennifer Aiden when the Real Housewives of New Jersey is no longer on, or when they are no longer on it? They are gone. They are washed up. Teresa's going to try and start another podcast, which we knew, Namaste Bitches, wouldn't have lasted very long anyway, regardless of whatever happened between her and her co-host, Melissa, not Melissa Gorga, obviously. But I'm just saying, why don't you put your long game thinking caps on, tree stumps, and stop being such absolute trolling ogre douchebags, okay? Great. Now they're gonna flag me. They're gonna report me. They're gonna do
it. I don't care. There's got to be, people should be allowed to have an opinion as long as you're not going for blood, which I never have when it comes to, I've never even said anything. I've been shady, sure, but like no one said get her off the show. I've never once said get any of them off the show.
No.
I don't want anyone to lose their job. Just get your shit together. That's all. Do your job. We're making it too easy for people to say, no, I'm not filming with her. No, I'm not talking about that. No, I want to reshoot that. No, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. This is where we're having these issues with, and imagine we're frustrated. Imagine production.
Oh, I can't.
The hoops they had to dance through to film this season. Imagine the headache that they went through.
I'm exhausted thinking about it.
It's crazy.
Then we've got so many different things to tap into.
It's all over the place.
I know, it is all over the place. Okay, so on top of all of this, I just want to lighten it up with how hysterical I did find this. Did you see how someone spotted Jesse Lally from the Valley in a trim spa ad when he was younger with Anna Nicole Smith?
With Anna Nicole Smith, and then we find out he had an affair with her.
Yep, he admitted on the Popping Off podcast with Teddy. Oh my God, my brain. With Teddy and Emily Simpson that he was hooking up with Anna Nicole Smith for a year or two. Now, you and I talked about this when we recapped The Valley for your Patreon yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Jax tweeted after the finale of The Valley that you should ask who Brittany has been sleeping with for the last 4 months. He did a tweet delete. Now he blocked me on not Instagram. I'm not blocked on Instagram. I'm blocked on Twitter, or excuse me, X. Do y'all want to know why? Because I made a joke about when on an episode of The Valley, he was sweating his spray tan through his white t-shirt. And all I said in this tweet was, Jax, honey, spray tan 101. Rinse off the spray tan and put some baby powder on before you sweat in a white t-shirt. You fucking blocked me for that.
Because someone else probably told him the same thing. You probably were you were the one that broke the camel's back. And there's a lot of camels in Dubai.
Yes.
That's a Dubai reference. You're welcome.
Yes, it is. I actually know what you're talking about, even though I don't watch Dubai. I actually know. I actually know where she said that. So,
because I know you're not watching it.
No, I try to stay slightly privy. I just listen. It's Pride Month. I'm not totally on board with promoting this country that outlaws being gay when half of your freaking audience is gay and women, and they're. Anyway, I'm not doing that. We're not. I'm sorry. Excuse me, Georgio. Speaking of bad reviews that we've gotten, let me not go on an ugly political rant. Anyway, well, he deleted this tweet, and then he posts on his Instagram story a photo of Cruz sleeping on the bed with Brittany. He was just trying to cover his ass. He's so full of shit. And then do you know what he tweeted today? that, oh yeah, well, we're working on things. The finale was filmed months ago. Yet, and he deleted it again. Yet Brittany's been very candid. Brittany is done.
E! News. She was just on E! News with Janet and Michelle, and she said, "We're separated and we can have fun with other people right now. I know it sounds weird, but y'all, rotten hell." Like she just, you know.
Meaner than a snake. Sorry, it just cracked me up.
Yes.
People make fun of my laugh all the time.
He's just grasping for straws, you guys. He's shaking in his boots because I think he really is like, shit, she's serious. You know? So and I think him going out that OF model was all just to try to get under her skin and make her feel shitty. That's all.
Did you hear how he actually met her?
He subscribed to her page? I'm just making that up. I don't know.
No, allegedly her dad won a dinner or lunch in a golf tournament thing with him. And he was like, "You should meet my daughter."
Stop. That is
allegedly.
That cannot be the way.
Allegedly.
What father would want their daughter to go out with Jax?
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not going there, Georgio. Kathy Lee, you stop that.
You're lucky we're not drinking, dear.
Oh, you know what? I'm scared to even say that if we should do an episode sometime with a glass of wine.
Are we allowed to do that?
On YouTube? Yes.
I've always heard that you're not allowed to or you'll get flagged. Is that an urban legend, or was that just like a shady content creator trying to sabotage me? I'm joking.
It's I know you can't on TikTok. TikTok, if they see you drinking anything.
But I have seen people on TikTok drinking wine.
Yeah, no. Do you know what happened? Listen to this, friends. Okay. So my dear friend, Jesse Nails, the reality witch, she and we both were like, I think it wasn't last year, but the year before. We'd never done a live on social media before. And so we were both kind of like, oh my God, okay, we're going to do this together. We were both a little nervous. I was like, okay, we'll go live on my Instagram since, I've got the more people who will watch there. You put us live on your TikTok because you've got more people who will watch there, and we'll just put our cameras together, sit, and we'll have a glass of wine because we were super nervous. It was New Year's Eve. She got banned from going. Oh, I just saw this comment. Hold on. She got banned from going live for like a week. All right, besties, listen, the Orange County trailer is out. Glory, is that what that says? I'm sorry. Glory just told us in the comments, Georgio's probably going to have to watch it. I'm going to mute him while he watches it.
Sorry.
He's going to have to. Let me mute him for a minute. But so I'm going to let Georgio watch the Orange County trailer. And while he's doing that, I'm going to kind of get started here regarding the Billie Lee on Tom Sandoval and his girlfriend, Victoria Lee Robinson. Oh my gosh, you should see Georgio's face. He's freaking out. Okay. Bearing this in mind, meanwhile, y'all, I have him muted. He's having a conniption fit in the background. I'm trying to keep things moving. He's going to give us the quick recap of this as soon as he's back. Listen, you let me know when it's okay to unmute you when that's not playing in the background, because I will get flagged on YouTube for having that playing in the background. So y'all, I'm just going to give a play-by-play of Georgio watching this. He's like, oh my God. What? Oh, this is Georgio going, oh shit. Okay. Oh no. She did not say that. Ooh, oh my God. No way. No, she didn't. She didn't say that. She did not. I'm dead. I'm literally dead. I'm not okay. This is insane. No, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Oh my God. Georgio. No. Yeah. So, well, we're probably about to just have to talk about the Orange County trailer as soon as he's done watching. He's just, how long is this trailer? I'm just going to sit here and talk to y'all for a minute longer. So the Billie Lee stuff, though, let me just say this. Okay. I think when it comes to Billie Lee, we're going to take a grain of salt with everything she says. Okay. Oh, and see. Oh. Was there a spider? Was it a spider? Was it, or was it a bee? Was it a wasp? I'm not even gonna manifest that. This is a long trailer, and this is me just trying to keep talking while I'm, waiting for this trailer to be over. But for the audio, y'all on YouTube are getting a treat, because for the audio, they are not going to get this whole play-by-play of Georgio's reaction here. Oh my gosh, he's grabbing the chesticles.
You guys,
what happened?
I'm sweating. I'm gonna have to watch that again. It looks so good. I'm probably just. That was very well done. The newbie, she's gonna be fire. I can already tell. I don't want to give the trailer away if you guys haven't seen it. It's good.
Give it away. Tell us about it.
Okay, so okay, we're definitely going there for sure. So Tamara's calling out. She's like, there's one part of the trailer where Tamara says, "Shannon, you got in your car drunk and drove into a house."
Oh my God. That's
totally everything we speculated. It is in this trailer. First of all, the newbie is
negative thoughts before I got into the car.
Is in the trailer. Sutton Strack is in the trailer talking to the new housewife, because the new housewife and Heather Dubrow are not getting on. And it is just fantastic. Gina is also, I think, fighting with Heather, and Travis. Her and Travis are going through it. What else? Obviously, we have the Ryan of it all pops up, and we have John Jansen and the Shannon stuff. It's a lot. I don't even think that. I think that's the shortest trailer they could give us this quickly. I feel like there was so much more to this. I do, because the way it was all cut up, it just feels like there was so much that happened that they couldn't condense it all. You know what I mean? So they highlighted it very well.
I feel like this trailer should have been out by now, because I feel like Orange County, you and I, around this time last year, we were just about to start recapping Orange County. Oh my God, Georgio, have we hit our 1-year anniversary yet? I feel like we've been doing this for like a year together every week.
I'm pretty sure it's been a year.
You guys,
we need to find the real date. Did we miss it?
We missed it. Oh, that's what happens when you have kids, and you just, you forget about each other sometimes. Honey, I'm so sorry.
Oh, sweetie, it's okay.
And you're still important to me. I swear.
Oh my goodness, I'm schwitzing. Okay, thank you for that. I've been waiting for this trailer. You have no idea. With everything that's happening right now on our TV screens, this is exactly what I need.
We needed this so badly. It's been like ridiculous.
We all need it.
Should we talk about Billie Lee?
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
Now, what I was saying, because I wasn't sure if I was just going to like keep rambling while you were doing that, but I think everyone was really enjoying watching your reactions.
I told you guys, I can't help myself. I'm like a little giddy schoolgirl when these trailers come out like it's Christmas.
You and I, our facial expressions, like we do not know how to use our inside voice with our faces.
No.
I'm telling you. Okay, so on Billie Lee's podcast, Billie and the Kid, she had Joe Wenberg and, gosh, God bless. Okay, Mandy Martino, I believe, is who the other girl was that I don't know. God, again, God bless. Why was she there? Wow. So Billie, like, full blown went for it, right? She was like,
yeah, more than that, I feel like. She didn't just, I thought she was just going to clarify something quickly and move on, but it turned into a 30-minute like expose, like Dateline, like uncovering all the darkness that's really happening. And it was also confusing for me because I'm like, wait. And I know that he's filming the Traitors while this is all happening. So it's not like he's here in real time. But I find it really interesting that she went and said all of that.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm not saying she's lying, but I'm still not sure about her. I'm not. I don't know if I buy that I'm just a good friend bit. And I'm not saying she doesn't have good intentions or that she's a horrible person. I don't believe that. But I do think there's a bit of opportunity here. And dare I say, the ladies got a scrapping because they were like, bitch, you're taking my camera time, Victoria. Skedaddle. Go back to your A-list actors. Leave me be with Tom Sandoval ordering my favorite food so I can come watch movie night, even though I was promising my good girlfriend over here that I don't pay much attention to on the podcast. I was actually heading to your house, but I didn't come because you ordered my favorite food.
And he's on a TV show.
We always watch movies together. It's like normal.
Right. Just like we always get our nails done. So together they do that. So let's start with this. I'm going to give you all the rundown in case you didn't watch Billie's podcast, listen to it, what have you. She essentially says that she got triggered by what she saw Tom Sandoval's new girlfriend, Victoria Lee Robinson, posted a comment in, I don't even know whose account it was on Instagram. It was a Bravo fan account where they were like, saying, oh, Billie set some boundaries because remember, Billie Lee unfollowed Tom Sandoval and Victoria the day after they were on Watch What Happens Live and all of that. Well, Billie said that when she saw Victoria put in the comments, well, Billie didn't set the boundary and put laughing emojis. She was pissed, hurt, and triggered. Those were basically her words. And she says that Tom and Victoria fight like crazy and that they have the most toxic relationship, that it's like constant all day, every day. She's saying like they don't get out of bed till about 5 p.m. and that Victoria was trying to be all besties with her, FaceTiming her all the time, sending her flowers, sending her gifts, that she would call her slurring at 2 p.m. This is all what Billie alleged. And it sounded like she was on something and she'd be saying, I've got to break up with Tom. He's the worst ever, blah, 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 blah. And she also said that Victoria would be telling her things like, oh, I'm embarrassed of Tom. I'm used to being at parties with A-list celebrities and da-da-da-da. Then there was a whole thing where this movie night that Georgio's referencing, that Billie was like, oh, I'm on my way over to my co-host, one of her besties, Sammy's house. And Tom calls her and is like, hey, come over, please. Let's have a movie night, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no, I'm on my way to Sammy's. That's what I'm doing. And he goes, well, I already ordered your favorite food. So I'm sorry, you're going to ditch one of your best friends to go get. Okay. Yeah, that already. I'm like, it's odd. And he got a call or a text from Victoria, and she said she was calling him over and over and over and over, and that he went upstairs to take the call. And he comes down and tells Billie that Victoria thought that Sandoval and Billie were going to sleep together that night. And it's at this point, remember, Joe Wenberg is in the room. Joe pretends to start crying, which was really odd.
You know what? That was really weird to me because she didn't even cry, first of all. She was just like, I think she was more flustered. And so I think also gross, guys. Mm-hmm. The podcast setup looks like a bunch of dudes put it together. The frames are crooked. The Jell-O shots in the jar thing where pretzels go, like, just disgusting. Like, how old is everyone here? Also, Mindy, whatever this prop was, that quite literally didn't even know who anyone in the room was. I felt like she didn't know who Tom Sandoval was. She didn't watch Vanderpump Rules. She was just like, who?
What?
Oh, you were on the show too? Oh, okay. I'll have another Jell-O shot. I hate when my jeans rip like this. Did you see that?
Yeah, she was just like, where am I?
I hate when your
Okay.
jeans rip like that. It's like, anyways.
Okay. Um, yeah. So then on top of that, I guess there was a night where Sandoval called Billie over because he was having problems with Victoria. And it wasn't that he wanted her to mediate, but he wanted her there for him. Which, okay, still weird. And Billie claimed that Victoria was literally sitting outside in her car and waited until Billie walked inside and like ran in and blocked her car in, and she had to ask her to move it. And then Billie says that Victoria was wanting Tom to get rid of all of Ariana's stuff in the master bedroom and move them in, and was like moving plants that were Billie's and shit. And like, now Victoria responded on Instagram in her Instagram story saying like, the truth will be coming out soon. Also, I would never touch anyone else's property. So what I heard is she signed on to do a podcast where she's going to talk about it.
Like her own podcast?
I don't know. Do you know her most recent Instagram post is from maybe early 2023? She doesn't post on Instagram.
I was on my live earlier today and I was telling people in there to tag her in my live so she can come on my podcast and clear the story up. Let's see how bad you slur, Victoria.
Well, that was the other thing, is Billie alleged that there were things like drugs laying around the house.
Oh, I know. That was wild.
She tried to stage an intervention for Sandoval and he didn't show up.
But
and then Victoria was allegedly mad about that.
Can we talk about how this was not probably the best way to set it up? She said it was a pregame for someone's birthday. So were y'all going to have shots out and then be like, yeah, by the way, Tom, man, you're drinking way too much, dude. We're worried about you, man. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a pregame is the appropriate place to stage an intervention. He didn't go anyway, just like Jax didn't go to therapy in Malibu. So there you have it. Big shot.
Wasn't going to happen. Wasn't going to happen. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, it wasn't the most well thought out intervention, to say the least.
No.
You know, and on top of that, then Joe tries to say that she never lied to Schwartz and all of that. Look, I am not a Schwartz fan, but I feel like he has been such a defender of Joe that there was something even more than what he's told us, or at least told Brittany on the what is it, Back to Reality, Down to Reality, I can't remember, pod, that, you know, he went on with it just being him and Brittany and Jax wasn't there. You know, he'd been such a defender of Joe, even when he was backing off of her, that something Joe did something. Because Schwartz doesn't just like tell someone to, now again, I don't like him that much, but I don't feel like he just tells someone that he's decided to go to bat for like that to F off. Now, if it were his wife, that'd be a different story. He wouldn't have her back. But I don't feel like he would, when it comes to Joe, make that up. And I wanted to be on Joe's team about this, if that makes sense. Because I did feel like he was breadcrumbing the shit out of her.
Yeah.
So I did feel bad about that. But at the same time, I don't think he's lying about her lying. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I think there's way more that happened than they're saying.
Oh, yeah.
And that's very clear based on, you can tell Joe is getting to a point. She's going to spill it soon. It's a matter of time. I found it interesting that Joe kept trying to make the situation between her and Schwartz and Billie and Sandoval parallel to each other, to the point where Billie was like, actually, no, because I didn't sleep with Sandoval. You were sleeping with Schwartz. So not the same. But anyways, like, and then she moved on. But I don't believe, I kind of feel like Billie and Sandoval were messing around.
Yeah,
Or have. I'm not saying it's an ongoing thing, but I absolutely think there was something. Let me explain something to you. If he's ordering, he knows what your favorite food is, and he's ordered it already to get you to come over. That's
for a
code
straight
for,
man to be doing that. Yes.
that's code
That is-
for you. We've done this before, and we've spent a lot of intimate time together on what, like, I'm sorry, going over to someone's house to watch a movie and like eat with them, that's an intimate thing.
To me, it is too. Yeah.
Even with your best
Unless it's like one of
friend.
my best, one of my best friends. But like, and we're not saying that people of the opposite sex cannot be best friends like that. But
No.
I mean, I don't know.
Well,
I'm
that's a
sorry.
bit
It's
close.
yeah.
Well, I posed the question to my audience: how would you feel if you were dating a guy who, when you called him, he said he was downstairs eating takeout with his friend that's a girl that you're aware of? But if you're the new girl and is dating the guy that's attached to Scandoval, maybe don't have any girls in your house and you have a girlfriend.
I agree.
You know?
And we have that history of questioning Billie and Sandoval's relationship. And look, Billie is a pretty girl. Like I'm sorry, but like, it's not like he has the hag down the road hanging out with him. Billie is a pretty girl. And so it's like, I would be like,
it's not even that, but it's like, listen, and Victoria is also a gorgeous woman. We cannot
she's
deny.
stunning, yes.
Stunning. But, you know, I feel this is what I think actually is going on. I think maybe there is something similar that happened with Billie and Sandoval that happened with Joe and Schwartz. And maybe Billie doesn't want to accept it for that. And so she's playing off that we were just really good friends, because I'm sorry. If I was around you, and let's just say it's not Jay, but let's just put another person in it, and they were constantly fighting, if you guys were constantly fighting, and a situation occurs where your man comes into your house while I'm there and is screaming and flailing while I'm on your couch, and then I get up, ask you to move the car, in which you do, but your keys in the door are open, like you didn't even turn off, you had to catch it in the moment, but then you leave, right? So your crazy man has left now. I'm leaving because I'm like, no, I'm not dealing with this. But then somehow Tom's calling you crying, and he's like, please come back, please come back, please come back. So you're like, okay, I'm such a good friend. I turn the car around and I go back. And then what happens? She comes right back again and storms back in, and it's all over again. And so for me, in that moment, I would have absolutely been like, why the hell are you back here again? After I like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know Victoria, and I don't know how she talks, and maybe Billie's telling 1000% truth here, but it's because it's one-sided. And because she has, in my opinion, portrayed herself. I mean, we did not see Billie Lee anywhere near any of this cast. But the days after Scandoval broke, all of a sudden, now you are hopping and skipping down the street with him and heading into his house and leaving the next morning after you've called the paparazzi on yourself, Billie Lee.
That's the thing, is how many photos did we see of them hanging out together before this happened?
Not any. Not any. So if anyone can find them, send them to me. I looked. I just found it very odd. But yes, I'm interested to hear what the response will be to this, because those are some strong things that she was saying. Dare I say alleging, because to say you walked into a house, and first of all, when was that house never a mess?
I know. I was like, did it get
really?
Yeah.
When was it clean?
Yeah.
But the drugs everywhere, that stuff, the slurring of the words, and you know, did you see her car response? She kept going. She said Sandoval asked Billie to help Victoria get an assistant, even though Victoria doesn't do anything. But Tom said it would help motivate her to try to start doing things.
Oh my God. No. Oh, Jesus. That man is a menace to society and womankind.
Which is why we don't need him on Traitors, because I'm so tired of seeing his face.
So am I.
It's just like, I don't get it. But again, I get it. He needs the check. So.
I mean, yeah, but there are a lot of things you can do for a check. A lot.
Apparently not, because he's not taking meetings, according to Billie.
Yeah,
So.
according to Billie, that's true. Like any little opportunities that came his way, he wouldn't even show up to the meetings when he desperately needed them. One more thing before we do move on is someone had mentioned, I believe it was Evangelina, the comments. Evangelina had mentioned Carl Radke and Captain Lee have some beef, and even though they used to be good friends. So we'll end on this note because it is the reunion day for Summer House. How is it already Thursday? My brain is like, I feel like it's shriveled up into a raisin with how fast time is flying.
It's just going to be a weekend of reunions because then I'm going to Providence tomorrow for Jeff's college reunion. So it's just going to be a weekend of reunions.
Yes. Well, allegedly, Captain Lee tried to give Carl a spot on his podcast, and they were doing like basically a softball interview, didn't want to put him in any uncomfortable positions. And Carl was on a call with both Captain Lee and his publicist was there, and Captain Lee's publicist was there. And Carl accused Captain Lee of using him and was very adamant, at least this is according to Captain Lee. And, you know, they wanted Captain Lee to officiate their wedding, Carl and Lindsay, when they were going to get married, because that's someone that Carl has really looked up to in his sobriety journey and things like that. Mm-hmm. So it's been like this whole thing of me feeling, once again, just like how you and I on your podcast nailed Janet Caperna from the get.
Mm-hmm.
I have been saying from the get that Carl Radke, fantastic for you that you got sober and healthy. That really is, and I mean this genuinely, applaudable. I think you are a gaslighting, manipulative asshole. At the end of the day, you wear the victim clothing and you wear the I'm the nice guy who hates conflict clothing. I said this on Tuesday. Now that Carl got to make Lindsay the villain, because when he was with Lindsay, he had to have the excuse as it being Kyle and Loverboy for why he wasn't working and why he couldn't do these things and why he was feeling certain ways that he was feeling. And Lindsay supported him through that. Then when he decided he wanted to be friends with Kyle again and Loverboy was going to be the easiest way to make money, he needed a new villain in his life. So it was Lindsay. Now Lindsay's gone. So now who's he going to make the villain? Well, I guess we're going for sweet old Captain Lee.
Okay, can we lay off Captain Lee? He's got a bad back, okay? Like, tread
And his
lightly.
knees
The
probably
guy
hurt
didn't
too.
do any. What did he do? What did he really do? He didn't need to use you. He's
No.
Captain Lee. Daddy. Like, stop it.
Yeah.
It's enough. I'm tired of these little kids. Who else from Summer House tried to say that was it from Summer House? That said
No, it's Southern Charm.
Oh, okay,
Olivia
yeah.
said it.
A bunch of nobodies that are on for 5 minutes think everyone's supposed to know who they are. No, love. That's not how it works. And yes, Carl, you're on a great show, but you're not in the same category as a Captain Lee. I'm sorry.
No.
You're not going to win that fight.
No, you're
Stop
not.
fighting with your elders. Stop it, you ungrateful little shit.
Do you need a break, Carl? Do we need to take a
P.S.
deep belly
Did you
breath?
that clip? I had to keep rewatching. I was peeing myself laughing. Is his name Wes? When Sierra
Wes.
walks onto the stage and his face when she walks by, I was dying, you guys. I was like, that is the best thing that could happen to you if you're Sierra or anybody in that position is to walk.
Mhm.
Everyone wants that moment, man. Everyone, except there's never a camera to catch it.
No.
In your own head, like I bet I got his ass. But this
Because
time,
you couldn't look.
you saw
You couldn't
what
look to
that
see.
looked like. He was just like, damn. And I was like, yep.
If there was ever a look that was, well, I fumbled that bag.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd love to see it, man. There's nothing better
too.
than that. And she's so flipping stunning, though. Like,
Oh my God.
she on a bad day would knock some of these hoes off their seats, please. So it's like, yeah, buddy.
She is literally a Victoria's Secret model. She has modeled for
Oh my
them in the last
God.
year. She's
So stunning, man.
And she's smart. She worked as an ER nurse during the pandemic. Well, let's say hi to a few people before we head out. Hi, Kelly again. Hi, Evangelina. Hi, Danny. Hi, June. Glory. Yes, thank you for giving us the heads up. The OC trailer is out. Hi, leave it to Bubby. Ooh. And I saw another name or two in here. Remember to join the chat if you want the shout outs. Hi, M. Ryan and Sophie. I believe I saw another name, but again, join the chat if you would like the shout out here. Georgio, tell everyone where they can find you.
Thank you. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Georgio Says. You can subscribe to my YouTube at Georgio Says. My podcast, Georgio Says, is available everywhere you stream your podcast. And then if you want exclusive bonus content, you can join me on Patreon.
Yes. And please go follow me, Caitlin, at Besties by Caitlin on Instagram and TikTok, CAITLIN. If you are watching here on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Let's all hit 1,000 subscribers together. Let's do this. Hit the like button. I love having you all here. We are trying to build that community. And Thursdays especially are for the besties. Giorgio joins me every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, 12 p.m. Pacific. And then on Tuesday, I will be live again here on YouTube covering part 1 of the Summer House reunion. And that will be at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, 12:30 p.m. Pacific. I know the times are a little off, but got to make adjustments for life with a toddler. Besties, thank you so much for coming. I will see you on Tuesday. And I just want to remind you that I will be gone the week of June 17th, all the way through until the next week. I will be back for that following Tuesday. I'll get the exact date. I'm not going to pull up the calendar right this second. Anywho, all right, besties, I will see you Tuesday. And thanks for joining.
Bye, guys.